Welcome. This is our Fountain of Life Fitness. This is the third day, day 3 of our training program. Today, the training will be our regular preparation, corrective exercises for our alignment. And then today we'll be doing hip lifts to activate the glutes and to help even out the strength of the quads and the hamstrings, followed by a shoulder rehab work to get the shoulder external rotators working a little better. And then we'll do a lunge series to strengthen our knees and legs in all different angles. And we'll finish off with pressing actions, or you could either do overhead or chest pressing as you prefer. So let us begin. And as I've mentioned in previous training sessions, I like to every day make sure that we roll out the chest muscles. Because we sit at computers and read books and things, our shoulders internally rotate. So for this, you'll need a massage ball. You can use a tennis ball or lacrosse ball. And you'd like to work here below the collarbone in the chest, right to the corner by the chest bone. And also make sure you go here where the chest muscle, the pec muscles attachments into the shoulder joint. And those, when they're tight, they roll the shoulders in. So that's the reason we do this every day. So I'm going to start here on the right side against the wall. If you can do it in a door frame, it works easier. You can get your head off to the side. The head should be turned away from the ball. And then you just roll side to side or whatever feels comfortable for you across the muscles in the chest, keeping the head away from the ball and slightly down. And then make sure, again, you go under, right by your underarm, with at the palm of your hand, really important, should be facing the wall, not the back of the hand. The palm of the hand is facing the wall to externally rotate your shoulder. Okay, now we'll do the other side. So head should be comfortable, away from the ball, and head tilted slightly down. The muscles in the chest. And if it's particularly tight on one side, over time you'll even that out. Okay, and down by the underarm, make sure the palm of your hand is facing the wall. Fine. Okay, and now we'll work on the feet. So with our lunges, we'll be doing a lot of strengthening for your feet, aligning the knees and the hips and the ankles, toes. Here, make sure you roll out the forefoot. There's an arch in the forefoot between like the second and third toe area. The outside arch just above the heel on the outside of the foot, the inside arch. And then we'll switch to the other foot. We're also going to incorporate foot strengthening work so that we'll be able to help to strengthen the plantar fascia, get better mobility through your ankles and arches. Okay, so we finished with that. So now we're going to move down to a floor. If you cannot lie down on the floor, you're welcome to lie down in a bed. There are a few items that you're going to need. A broomstick. So here I have a broomstick. This is for alignment work. And here there's a strap that we use for hamstrings. The massage ball. And also a foam roller or a rolling pin. So I have just this small, this is actually a bottle, but a small foam roller. Some people have the big one. Either one will be fine. If you have neither, you can just use something. We're going to like this roll out the quadricep muscles. Okay, so here I'm going to now move the camera as we go to the floor. Okay, now another component of computer work and sitting a lot is the head, so the forward head posture. And many people sadly have severe neck issues, degenerated discs in their neck, malalignment, herniations, things like that. So we're going to do what we can here to align ourselves and also release the tension along the spine and strengthen the neck. Now, before we lie down, if you could come up onto hands and knees if that's comfortable for you. If you can't be on the floor, you can have your hands just on your chair or a bed or something. And we're going to very gently flex the spine and extend the spine. So here, this is just a gentle action. You're not trying to stretch your back. Please don't try to think about that idea. Rather, you want to floss the spine. All of the individual vertebrae, you'd like to create a little bit more space between them. If they're getting jammed together, shoulders are down from the ears when you arch your back and look up. And then shoulder blades separate from each other as you round the back, head down. Inhale as you arch your back. And exhale gently as you round the back, head down. Completely exhale. Okay. And now we're going to lie down on the floor. And here we use the massage ball. Now, when we work on the neck, if your back of your neck is very tight, this can be uncomfortable, so you can forego the ball and just see if you can bring your head flat to the floor. Okay. Okay, so here the head is behind the skull, not behind the neck, actually in the skull. Very nice. So first we're just going to lie down here. So this is a bit of gentle traction for your neck. The chin should be in the angle such as pulled down toward the throat. So you're tipping the skull on the top of the spine. Try not to let the shoulders come up. And as we breathe, diaphragmatic breathing, if you could focus on breathing into your lower back, into your waist, your belly will naturally lift. And avoid lifting the shoulders up. So your shoulders are relaxed. Breathing into your waist in all directions. Perfect. So next we're going to just release the skull somewhat. So if you would keep your head where you are, shoulders are back, legs are relaxed. If it's uncomfortable for your back, you can bend the knees like this. Your legs can be flat, whatever's best. And now we're going to nod the head up and down. And hold the chin down and take your deep breath. Nodding action. Don't think about pushing the chin up, more that the chin comes down and just a slight nod. Very relaxing it should be. And if the muscles in the back of your neck are tight, you'll definitely feel it. If they're not particularly tight, this feels just very loose and comfortable, no problem. And take a breath. Now to further release the suboccipital muscles in your neck, you'll keep the chin toward the throat. And now only the eyes are looking up and down. So don't move your head, only eyes look up and down. Up and down. Don't let your legs participate. Eyes up. Shoulders are still back. Eyes down. Keep the eyes down and take your deep breath. You might notice you can pull the chin down a little lower. Your neck is releasing. Eyes again, looking up and down at your pace. Hold the eyes in the down position and take your breath. Now we'll put the ball away. We're going to go through a series of exercises for alignment. We want our body in the best order we can get it before we start doing our strengthening work. We're going to bend the right knee. Your foot is flat on the floor. You can just have the arms by the sides. And think somebody's pulling you from the top of your head so your spine is lengthening. And that will pull the chin toward the throat, but do not lift the shoulders. And at some point, your head will simply lift a little bit off the floor, Keep the chin toward the throat, and we're holding here for 10 seconds only. If it's too strenuous, keep the head on the floor, but still think of elongating from the top of your head so chin comes down and head back down. Relax your right leg and bend the left leg up. From the top of the head, we're lengthening, shoulders are relaxed. And then the chin will come toward the throat, head might lift up. Don't lift the shoulders, hold. Should feel this in the front of your neck. And head down. And again, if the back of the neck is very tight and restricted, then you'll feel that also in the back of your neck. Next, if you could get your strap, so this is, you can use a bathrobe belt or spiritual karate belt. I'm putting it under my right foot. I like to put it in the forefoot so that in the forefoot like this, so across this part of the foot, not swishing the baby toe in, but like this, not directly in the arch here, and then you can get more strength and building of the arches. So here, rather than thinking of just pulling on your hamstrings, if you could imagine we want to just align your leg and strengthen the tendons holding the joints together in your leg. So here we go, right foot. Okay, head is down on the floor, chin down, knees bent a little. Now we're going to straighten the leg according to not feeling it behind your knee joint. So you might get your leg pretty straight. Make sure you don't bend your knee backwards. Do not hyperextend the knee. And do pull on your foot with your strong grip so that you're lengthening and strengthening the tendons in your ankles up into your hip. You should feel this in the hamstrings, calves, into the hip joint. And again, you don't want to strain the back of your knee. So if you feel it there, I would suggest keep the knee more bent. Switch to the other leg. Right leg is flat on the floor, left leg knee over hip. Straighten the leg. So for the purposes of this exercise, it's not better to pull your leg like closer to your chest like a dancer. Rather, keep the leg more vertical, knee over hip, hold that angle, and then set the lower leg accordingly, making sure the knee is pointing straight back, the toes are pointing straight back, and you are pulling with your hands and pushing with your foot. This kind of contraction will build up the elasticity of the tendons holding your joints together. So if you step on a rock and the ankle twists a bit, you just bounce right back. Shoulders down from the ears always. Deep breathing always. Strap down. Broomstick. And here for alignment of the hips, the right leg knee over hip, and you see the broomstick is in the hamstrings of the right leg. Then you bring the left leg up into it. So you're pushing away from yourself with your right leg, so in the hamstrings, not behind the knee. Left leg you're pulling up toward you, and the goal is to keep your hips level on the floor, shoulders level on the floor, chin toward the throat. And press with the legs. Switch the leg position, so left leg is closer. So your hamstrings, left leg, quads of the right leg, left leg push away, right leg pull toward you. Elbows are straight with your strong grip. Keep the shoulders level on the floor, hips are centered. Be sure the bar stays parallel to the floor. Bar down. Okay, so that was our pelvic alignment. And next, arms are out. So this is wide position, palms are facing up. If that's not comfortable, your arms can be more like a T. But we're reaching out, reaching from the fingertips, the wide position if you can get there. But wherever, if your arms are lower, no harm. But palms are facing upward. Then imagine those big stability balls, probably some of you have them. Imagine it's sitting on your stomach and you're going to hug the ball with your arms and legs. So your arms and legs are wrapping around the ball and your abs are engaged. And we're going to, okay, here, if your back arches, just stay this position and breathe. If you can do it without arching your back, you rock over to the left and we're just going to hold and stabilize in this angle. Take a deep breath. And then we'll rock to the other side, or you can just stay in the middle if you're falling apart when you rock, and hold here and breathe. So think of a cradle. Your arms and legs should always be connected. There shouldn't be a break in the middle. Come back to start. Take the arms and legs down briefly. Then arms up to the sky and legs up. This is dead bug position. And here we're going to bend the elbows. Your palms are facing each other. Knees over hips, elbows over shoulders. Chin pulled down. You should feel your abs engaged. Right leg straighten, only 3 inches, not very far. Hold and breathe deeply. Don't let your back arch. Don't let your back flatten to the floor. Should feel it in abs, not your legs. Bring the right leg back. Left leg slightly straighten, not very far. It's not better to straighten your leg all the way. If you do, you'll notice you'll feel it in your back and that you'll feel it in your leg. So you want to feel abs here and breathe. Leg back and just recover for a moment. Shake out the arms and legs. We're going to start again from the beginning. Arms by the sides. Right knee bend. Elongate from the top of your head, chin toward the throat. Head lift, hold. But try not to just lift the head, right? You want to lengthen, chin toward throat, keep the shoulders back. Should feel like you have more length this time. Head down, right leg down, left leg up. Lengthen from the top of your head, chin toward the throat, shoulders are back, and head comes up. Don't use your right leg. Your right leg should be relaxed. Breathe. Head down. Again, if you can't lift your head, that's okay. Don't worry, you'll get stronger. Okay, so next to the hamstring, so we use our strap. And right foot, your strong grip. Right leg, knee over hip. Keep the knee over the hip as you straighten, whatever works for you today. And as you're pulling with your strong grip, your shoulders stay square on the floor, hips stay square on the floor. Toes are pointing straight back. Just notice if there's like a twist in the knee joint or a twist in your ankle joint. Try to keep yourself aligned. Release that one, switch to left leg. Right leg on the floor, left leg knee over hip. Your right leg is relaxed. And left leg straighten. Okay, knee pointing straight back, toes are pointing straight back. Keep the shoulders level and keep the head centered. Notice if your head is shifting to the side. Try to have even tension on the arms. Don't pull just hard on one side. Keep the shoulders even on the floor though. Relax your right leg if it's starting to tighten up. And then we'll put that down. And broomstick. Right leg is knee over hip. So you bring the bar into the back of the right leg. Then bring the left leg up into the bar so it's at the front of the left leg. And I would repeat, don't let the bar be behind your knee joint. Then as you press the legs into the bar, the arms are straight with your strong grip. And yes, you should feel this in your abs. Your chin should be down. Reverse the leg position. Press left leg pushes away, right leg pulls toward you. Hips are centered. Make sure you don't lean to the side. Just see it with your eyes, glance at the legs, notice if they're even, if you're maybe tipping the pelvis to the side. Okay, that was great. Broomstick down. Arms out in the Y position. And just notice here how your chest and your arms feel better. Particularly those of you who have numbness or tingling down the arms, carpal tunnel, we want to avoid that. So this is a good way to clear your nerves. Okay, then arms are up. We're thinking of that stability ball. It's on our stomach. Our abs are engaged. We're wrapping the arms and legs. Either hold this position or rock over to the left. Wherever you go, you're one solid, stable unit. We're just holding here for 10 seconds. Shoulders should be relaxed and also head stays in line. So head shouldn't be twisted relative to your shoulders. And then we'll rock to the other side, or, you know, as you've been doing, you can stay in the middle and hold. And back to middle. Arms and legs relax for a moment. Shake them out. Okay, arms up and legs up to our dead bug position. And then we'll bend the elbows a little. Chin pulled down toward the throat. Shoulders are relaxed back. Right leg slightly straighten. Hold and take a deep breath in, a deep breath out. Right leg back, left leg straighten a few inches. Deep breath in and out. And leg back. Okay, so now we're going to work on the quads. So the quadricep muscles are the thighs here, the front of your legs. And most of us, largely from sitting, but also just we've done a lot of sports that in gardening, you're up and down, up and down, up and down. Your quads get really strong. You know, a lot of activities are quadricep dominant movements. So we're going to tone down the quads a bit and even out the hamstrings, strengthening with the quads and the glutes. Glutes are always the priority. All right, so here, this is my little foam roller. And option one here, you can just sit in a chair even. If you have a rolling pin in like this, you roll it in your legs. Feels really good. If you're new to this, when you do the foam rolling, it can be very painful at first because of adhesions in the tissues, you know, acidity and stuff. So as we do it a few times, it'll get a lot better. So I apologize if it's a bit painful today. If you have a big foam roller or even just like this, I have this little one, I would suggest that you please do this one leg at a time. If you put both legs on it, your back will hyperextend, it'll arch too much. You need to have really good core support when we do this, so you can think of your abs strengthening. I'm starting with the left leg, and make sure you get, however you do this, the full length of the quads. So from the knee, and you can do it in segments, you know, an inch or two here, or you go halfway up and down, and just rolling out, just like you roll dough, rolling out the muscles, the thigh muscle. Work your way all the way up. Make sure you don't let your back arch and keep the chin tucked down, right? Don't hyperextend your neck. Make sure you don't tip your head up. That's not a good thing for your neck. And then when you get to the top, roll a bit to the outside of the hip joint. At the top of your leg, outside of hip, in the tensor fasciae lata, the TFL muscle. Now we're going to do the other leg. So here I'm moving to the right leg. And that, because I have this foam roller, I like to start here at the knee joint. So you've got your strong plank position, you've got your strong shoulders. We're working on the quads. Break up some of those adhesions from all the jumping out of trees we did as kids. And biking, so biking very quadricep dominant, skiing, a lot of sports are quad dominant. Up and down stairs, quad, quad, quad. So we need to even out that strength of the back of our legs, particularly the buttock muscles, the glutes, and the hamstrings. And just yesterday, actually, a friend, her son, excellent soccer player, he was doing a sprinting race, a 100-meter sprint, and he popped a hamstring muscle. Now, he's a very elite athlete, 16 years old, popped a hamstring. That's avoidable, but you need to do like even out the quad. That's a total issue of dominant quads. Hamstrings can't keep up. All right, now this is a little complex, so I apologize for that. I'm going to try to adjust this camera appropriately. So what you'll need here is you need to lie down someplace, like on the floor is a good way. If you do it in a bed, you'll need to figure out how to elevate your legs. This is my weightlifting bench. I hope that's going to be clear enough. Okay, so the point is hamstrings. We want to strengthen the back of your legs, and actually the posterior chain, your back, the back of your shoulders, triceps, the whole system. Okay, you'll need either a couch or a chair or a sofa, something like that. We're doing two angles where the legs are bent or legs are straight. So this is what it looks like. People have done these hip lifts, you lift the hips up and down like a hip bridge. This time we're doing it to get more strengthening of the posterior chain. Okay, so that you see this, heels are on the couch. And can you see my feet? They are flexed, not like that, not pointed. If you point them, then you'll strain your knee. Go like this, you'll strengthen your knee. Also, don't let yourself do this. Don't out toe like that, because that pronates your ankles. So you might even think of the bottoms of the feet are trying to face each other, that kind of angle. Don't force it, but that's the idea. All right, here we go. Everybody ready? Your heels are up. Your feet are flexed. Chin is pulled toward the throat. Shoulders are back. Brace your abs. Squeeze your glutes together from the side so buttock muscles engage them. Exhale, lift. Whatever you can do. If you're not familiar, stop and just watch me here. Now, some people won't be able to lift very high. We're holding. We're doing isometric holds. I'm counting 30 seconds. Make sure you're using your glute, your buttock muscles. If you don't do that, your hamstring muscles will cramp. So if you're cramping in your hamstrings, don't worry, just stop, recover a little, and then give it a try again. Using the glutes and slowly lower. When you lower, always come down in the middle. Make sure you don't crash. Okay, we're doing, stay where you are, but straighten the legs. So you see, I have this bench. It has to be a soft surface. If you have a hard chair, you'll need a towel or something. Feet are flexed really hard. You see that? Legs are straight, not like this. If your knees are a little bent here, you're going to pull off your quads, so straighten the legs. Arms are down, palms down. Lengthen your spine, chin toward the throat, shoulders are back. Brace your abs, squeeze your buttock muscles. Exhale, lift. Keeping the legs straight, don't use your quads as much. And hold. Keep the shoulders back, not to strain. I would just like to mention another benefit here is your neck. When you do this correctly, then it helps to lengthen the back of your neck and strengthen, so your spine and your neck will be stronger. Slowly lower. If you are not using your glutes well enough, you'll feel it in your lower back. Okay, so think that these different factors are really important. We're going to do this one more time. Again, bent and straight legs. Arms by the sides, elongate the spine. Shoulders are back. Brace your abs, make sure. Squeeze your glutes from the sides. Flex your feet. Exhale as you lift. And hold. Okay, so obviously the hips should be level, so one side should not be higher than the other. Shoulders even on the floor. Keep squeezing your buttocks, keep the ribs down. Lower back must not arch. Ribs down, hips up. Chin toward the throat. And slowly lower. Middle. Okay, once more, legs are straight. Okay. Feet are flexed, toes pulled toward you, shoulders back, chin toward the throat. Squeeze your buttocks, don't bend your knees. Exhale, lift. Glutes, ribs down, chin toward the throat. Shoulders back to the floor. Hold. Make sure you're not out toeing, so feet should not be angled out. Okay, and slowly lower, keeping the legs straight, and rest. Okay. So now we're going to stand up. So we're going to roll over to the left, roll all the way over onto hands and knees. This is what I call downward dog get up. So you come on hands and knees, then lift the hips up, and walk the feet forward. Feet are flat here. You might have to walk your hands back, but carefully stand. And when you stand, if you're a little dizzy, obviously you just wait. Great. Okay, so next we're going to start our weightlifting. Now we're prepared. All right, we've aligned our bodies. We've got our glutes activated. We've worked on our core activation. You notice that when you're standing, that you're standing upright, you're not leaning forward. And even though we just worked on the hamstrings and glutes, because of that, as you're standing, I'd like you to notice, just stand up for a moment, stand tall, and notice your toes, how you can spread them. They're pressing into the floor. So you've activated your arches. We'll be doing a little more of that later on. Okay, so I'm just taking a moment here, making sure I have all these things out of the way. Yeah, so we're starting with upper body here, the shoulder work. A part of our training is sarcopenia, preventing muscle loss. So if you could get 2 very, very light weights, we're just going to do 2 sets of 15, and the palms are like this facing in, and the action is external rotation. Actually, we're doing 2 sets of 25. Okay, so feet are hip width apart. I would use only 1 or 2 pounds. You don't want to strain. Make sure you're standing tall. Knees are slightly bent. Glutes are engaged, and you externally rotate, keeping the elbows straight. Do not allow the head to go forward. The arms should be only along by your side here when you externally rotate. Do not bring your arms way back. You'll notice if you pull your arms too far back, your head will go forward and your back will arch. So that's something we want to avoid. The purpose here is to strengthen your external rotators of the shoulders and to stabilize your abs. Your glutes should also be engaged and no knee locking out. Big toes are on the floor, arches are up. So the protocol for the sarcopenia training, preventing muscle loss, is, and you can look into studies about that. If you do 3 sets of 25, 3 or 4 sets to 25 or 30 reps, recover a little, you get the same kind of benefit and even actually more or less injuries and more contractile strength building in your muscles compared to lifting heavy weights. So some people, you get older, you can't lift heavy weights, you get hurt. Second set here. So the strategy is we're using lighter weights with more reps, but always is good form. Stand tall, double chin position, so chin is slightly back and down, glutes, and externally rotate. So here at the bottom, the palms should be facing forward. So I'm using these 5-pound kettlebells. You could use water bottles, 1-pound dumbbells, 2-pound. But if you go too heavy with this, then you'll just strain with your shoulders. We want to rehabilitate our shoulders here. Keep the elbows straight. If your elbows bend, you'll pull on the front of your rotator cuff. We're working on strengthening the back of the rotator cuff, the shoulder blades. So when you externally rotate, you should feel the shoulder blades on the side ribs. You should feel activation. The muscle is called serratus anterior when you externally rotate. So think of the sides of the ribs, shoulder blades. When you externally rotate, you should feel it there. And rest. And then we'll put the weights down. And if you just walk a bit and we'll just bend your arches, bend the ankles. Now we're going to go through lunges. On the day one class, we did more thorough work for the feet. We'll do that in other sessions as well. But today we're just going to get to lunges. A lunge is this, we're doing reverse lunges. That's like step back and step forward. There are a few really important parameters. The back foot, when you step back like this, the toe should be angled forward, not out. You have to be careful of out toeing. Front foot also. So your front leg is knee over ankle. Also, when you step back here, like this, the heel should be up. Do not flatten the heel. If you flatten the heel, you'll strain your Achilles tendon and calves, and it strains your plantar fascia. The angle, we're going to hold on to a weight. The angle is like this. So you can use a kettlebell or a dumbbell. So it's like this. The elbow is tucked into the side and the weight is in front of the shoulder. Okay? We're going through multiple angles so that we can strengthen all the different variations of the muscles around our body, particularly the knees, the feet, the hips. And then, of course, integrating your rotator cuff and core, always core. That's always a concern here. All right, so the first position is left hand will have the weight and left leg steps back. The most important thing here to think about is your glutes. So like this, the hand is like this, and the other hand on the ribs. If you need to hold on to a chair, that's okay. Left hand has the weight, left leg steps back. I'm counting sets of 10. You should be mostly thinking right leg glutes, the front leg glutes, front leg glutes. Okay, and rest. I like to put the weight down for a moment here with a good hip hinge. Right hand. So elbow by the side, hand in front of shoulder. Get the left leg ready. Left toes, press them into the floor, big toe, arch up. Left glutes, right leg goes back. And left glutes and stand. Rest. Okay, and weight down. This way. Okay. So this time the weight will stay in the same hand. So as I said, we're doing all different types of directions for the loading across our system. Right hand with the weight, again. That's not a mistake, it's again the same hand. Elbow by the side, get yourself ready. The left leg will step back. So think here, right leg glutes. And rest. I love lunges for many reasons, but one is this cardio component, right? So it's like doing sprint training, you do interval training, you breathe heavily, you take a little rest, breathe heavily, take a little rest. Makes your blood flow hard. Okay, left hand, get ready here. Left foot, toes are pointing forward, make sure, that's better. Press the big toe down, engage the left glute, stand tall, chin tucked a bit. Right leg goes back, left glutes. And weight down. And rest. Okay, so that was one time through. And in this middle part, if you want to do something different, like you might, that was a lot of lunges, I'm tired of it. So the option is you can either do a walking pattern or continue with lunges. So the lunges will be exactly what we just did. Walking pattern number 1 is like this. Walk side with arm swings. Like this. Side to side as many steps as works for you. If you're doing the lunges, left hand, like this, elbow tucked in, get ready, left leg goes back. So right glutes. Okay, and down. Okay, now walking pattern is like this. Have the arms in front, and then you just do small steps forward and back as you're moving side to side. I recommend not crossing over. If you cross over too far, people twist their knees and ankles and backs. Today we want to work on stability. Okay, weightlifters, set number 2. So right hand, right leg back. Left glutes. Make sure your left foot, right? Like notice the big toe if it's going in. Try to keep that big toe in position. And weight down. Okay, walking group. Yeah, so this time is marching. So we're just marching forward, marching backwards, forward and backward march. Lunge group, right hand with the weight. Get your foot ready, right foot is ready. Left leg goes back, right glutes. Okay, weight down. Okay, so last one for walking pattern is sideways marching. So it's still a march. I would again suggest not crossing over, so you don't want to twist, but you're marching sideways, and feet are always hip width apart or wider. Lunge group, left hand, Left foot, make sure it's spread, toes spread, big toe down, arch up. Left glutes, right leg back. And rest. And weight down. Okay, so now we'll all go back to lunges. So we're getting our good athletic training here today. So this time for lunges, the arm is down low. If you would like to, this is the time to use a heavier weight. So I would suggest that if you have that option. So let's say I would typically use 15 for what we did so far, and then 25 low. I'm still rehabilitating a fractured and dislocated and smashed shoulder. So I'm lifting a little lighter. So I did 8 pounds here, and now I'm going 15 low. You might go 5 and 10. That would be a good option. So this time the arm is down. Really important for the knees is don't lean over the front leg. We're starting with left hand holds onto the weight. We're standing really tall. Hold onto your chair or right hand is on lower ribs. The hand is slightly in front of you, in front of the left hip. Make sure the hips are always square forward. When you step back, the hips should be square forward. Set your head angle. Get your foot ready, right foot. Left leg goes back. Make sure you stay upright. Don't lean over your front leg. And weight down. So you should mostly feel it here in the buttock muscles, particularly at the sides of the buttocks. Okay, right hand with the weight. Left foot, toes are pointing forward. Spread your toes. Okay, lift the arch. Engage your left glutes, stand really tall, double chin, right leg back. To stand up, engage your left glutes. Keep the knee back. As you're coming up, don't push the knee forward. The left knee. And press. And recover. Okay, this time the weight is by the side like this. So you just stand tall and you'll have the arm hanging directly. Make sure you engage your abs. And again, don't lean over your front leg like that. Right hand has the weight. So it's the same hand you just did, but the arm is by the side. Okay, so get your right foot prepared, spread your toes, your big toes pressing down, your arch is up. Stand tall, tuck the chin a little, brace your abs. Right glutes are engaged a little, left leg back. Right glutes engaged to stand up. Right glutes here. Don't let your knee go in. Okay, that was fantastic. We have only one more set here. So good. I know lunges are tough. Left hand, standing really tall. Set your left foot, just look at it. What's it doing? Toes are forward, big toe down, arch up. Right hand, lower ribs. Keep the hips square forward. Stand tall, don't lock your knees. That's better. Brace your abs. Left glutes, keep the left shoulder strong. Right leg back. And weights down. Okay, that was awesome. Good for you. So many different things we're working on with these lunges. Core strength, rotator cuff, knees, feet, ankles, hips, back, head. Okay, so now back to upper body lifting. Last thing today. So if you want to, you can do overhead pressing. So it's like this. Now, as I said, I'm still rehabilitating the shoulder. Can't do that very well. So instead, I'll demonstrate doing chest pressing. If you're doing overhead press, you do this at your pace, okay? If you're doing chest press, we're going to do the Sarcopenia protocol, which is sets of 25. So I'm going to count 25 at my pace. See if this will work. Try. We're going to start with the left arm lifting. For most people, that's our weaker side. And so we're going to go left arm, right arm, sets of 25. Ideally, you'll do 3 sets. I'll just do 2. And if you want to, you can finish another set on your own. So to optimize the core component here, it's really good if you have one leg straight, one leg bent. That puts a diagonal load across your abs so they engage better. So, so the elbow angle, I would just like to mention here, the elbow angle. So you have to be careful. If your elbow's too tight like this or too wide like that, it pinches your rotator cuff joint. So the elbow is like this. And when you straighten the arm, I would like you to really be aware of this concept here. When you straighten the arm, it's not like that because that pushes your shoulder forward. That's what we want to not do. Rather, you want to keep the shoulder back and straighten the elbow like that. At the bottom, you see here, the fist is directly over the elbow. The weight is over the elbow. When you push up here, the weight is directly over the shoulder joint. Here, again, it's fist, elbow, shoulder. Here, fist over elbow. Regardless, the weight is always over elbow joint. Try not to drop it into the chest. Okay, so here we go. Left arm has the weight. Right leg bent, left leg straight. Shoulders are back to the floor. Don't let your back arch, so keep the chin down and brace your abs. Elbow to floor and push up, keeping the shoulder back. I'm counting 25. Make sure your body is square on the floor, don't lean to the side. Keep the chin down. Head should be on the floor. Those of you who are concerned about saggy triceps, this is a really good one. Push-ups also, any kind of pushing action. Okay, So now we're going, let's see, left leg. So right hand has the weight. Right leg is straight. Left leg is bent. Shoulders are back to the floor, double chin, your head is centered, elbow down and push. Keep yourself centered on the floor, don't lean to the right. Head, don't make sure your head isn't twisted. And rest. Back to the other side. We'll do one more set on both sides, and as I said, if you'd like to continue, 3 or 4 sets of 25 is best for the sarcopenia. Okay, left leg is straight, right leg bent. Now the breathing is exhale as you push. Elbow down, shoulder stays back. Shoulder back, straighten the elbow. Exhale as you push. It's just a small breath. And weight down. Last set here, right arm. If you have discomfort in your shoulders, you know, we have, or if your shoulders are crunchy, a lot of people have crunchy shoulders when I first meet them. If you keep doing our training, it should clear up. A lot of people completely clears up actually, depending on what you do, obviously. Keep the shoulder back to the floor and straighten the arm. Don't lean to the right. Relax your right leg. Right leg, don't use your right leg here. You can use the glutes a bit if you want to, and abs definitely. Don't tighten up your right thigh though. And weight down. Okay, that was awesome. Thank you so much for coming today. And look forward to seeing you again. Enjoy your day, whatever you might do, and come meet me at the beach later on if you like. Thanks very much. See you next time.